Good evening to you all present as well as the dignitaries on the dais. My name is Majid Pandit. I'm representing the Press Information Bureau, Government of India here in Srinagar. You all know me. Today is a very important day for us. Hello. Today is a very important day for us that I think it's a very good beginning. This is for the first time that such an event is going to take place here in our valley. KashmirExpo startup for livelihoods. This is basically an event that we are basically focusing on today. I would like to introduce the guests here who would be basically throwing the light on this event as well. We on the dais have Dr. Vipin Kumar. He's Director, National Innovation Foundation, India, who is here with us. We also have Dr. Anita Gupta, Head NEB Division, Department of Science and Technology. We also have Praveen Roy, Scientist DST, who is along with us today to basically give us an overview of what the next 3 days will unfold for us. Let me begin with, it is a 3-day event that we have and will be inaugurated by the MOS, Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji, tomorrow, followed by a couple of exciting days where all the startups of the region will come together and will be displaying their works at the KashmirExpo Institute, SKICC, on the Boulevard Road. And I would basically pass on the opportunity to Dr. Vipin Kumar sir, who would Dr. Anita Gupta ji, who would throw some light on the event.
Thank you for waiting and good evening to one and all.
There's a problem with the audio.
Informed Department of Science and Technology under Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India is holding such an important and one of its kind event where startups will be showcased through KashmirExpo. We have named it, the theme is Startups for Livelihood, and this 3-day event will be inaugurated by our Honorable Minister for Science and Technology, Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji, at about 2:30 p.m. and the venue which we have chosen is KashmirExpo International Conference Center, very beautiful and iconic place to hold such kind of event. About 50 startups, including few of the livelihood projects, will be showcased, and some these livelihood projects are very much relevant to the region of Kashmir, and startups.
It's okay. If you cannot do the mic, where capable. Just move chair a little bit towards the mics. Forget this one.
Okay. So, startups are chosen from various domains. Like agri-technology, healthcare, waste to wealth, and my colleague Praveen Roy will be sharing more about the startup. So this 3-day event, we have planned participation from across the institutions, University of Kashmir, all officials and departments of J&K have been invited, students have been invited, so it will be a sort of a showcase where all stakeholders of the Kashmir region, the ecosystem needs to be energized in this state for startups. As you know, startups are currently driven by young minds, young talented minds. So how J&K could be really come at forefront in the startup domain? It is backed by very favorable policies of various governments. I believe J&K has a good policy in place also. Only thing is, Department of Science and Technology normally targets various institutions to host startup activity through incubation program. We in DST has many programs to support startups which are driven through and nurtured through incubator program. We have a very good incubation program in the country, and we are also driving one program, Nidhi, National Initiative of Developing and Harnessing Innovation. So this 3-day event, after inauguration, second day on 10th, it will be open for visitors which are primarily targeted at school level. So not only we are targeting college students, we are also targeting students to get exposure and get inspired by the kind of new innovations which are being driven by startups, and this could be really inspiring for the student community, entire academic community. On 11th, the exhibition will be open also from 10 o'clock, and at 3 p.m. our Honorable LG will be a chief guest for the valedictory session, where it will be and our secretary will be joining at the inaugural, Dr. S. Chandrasekhar, while at the valedictory, Dr. Rajesh Gokhale, secretary DBT, will be joining. So this is an overall, and the participation we are targeting a very good number to come in both the events and see the exhibition and get inspired by the kind. And I think this will fuel new activities, new enthusiasm for startups to be germinated here. And as per the Department of Commerce, BPIT state ranking framework, Kashmir J&K region is a promising place where it has a lot of potential to nurture startups. So we will see how this event takes place, and a lot of excitement has already built in this particular event. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Dr. Vipin Kumar. I am the Director of National Innovation Foundation, which is again the institute under Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. So I'll add to the madam, Dr. Anita Gupta. Tomorrow you will see that some of the people who are from grassroots, they live in the villages, but they also did the innovations, and those innovations are not less than any innovations which are nurtured in different academic institutions. So those people will also showcase their innovative technologies here, their products which are already there in the market. So nowadays, in fact, I would also like to add one more thing, that our startup program is moving toward the inclusivity. If you see the data, the innovators and the startups are not now confined to the metros or the big cities. Let me share that more than 600 districts of this country at this time is having at least one startup company. 46% startup companies till today are having at least one woman director. So we are moving toward the inclusivity. So it is the people who are coming from the entrepreneurial background, but now loads of students who have seen some success of the startups are also trying to be the startup companies. In fact, they do have lots of innovative ideas. See, one good thing in our country is people do not want to live with a problem. They do have the solutions of persistent problems, and those problems are nurtured under this scheme. In fact, in different technology business incubator, and all support the technology business incubators in different academic institutions are providing to these companies, and then they have reached to this level. Let me share that lots of companies, in fact, have reached to the $1 billion group. In fact, what you call the unicorn company. At least 107 companies have reached there, and many of them are there in the pipeline. So it would be the excited thing for the youth, for the journalists, in fact, and for the common people to see that a common person, in fact, has some idea. The idea was nurtured in different institutions. The government has provided all sort of support to that technology, and finally it is doing wonders in the market. Actually, lots of innovative product you will see. We have invited large number of the students from the school students, so that it should reach to their mind that if they do have a powerful idea, then tomorrow they may not be the job seeker, they would be the job provider. And let me add one more thing. In fact, Department of Science and Technology and NIF has started a big program, Inspire Awards Manak. Manak is Million Mind Augmenting National Aspiration and Knowledge, in which we are supporting the school students from class to 10, and we are providing all sort of support, exposure and incubation support, so that tomorrow they could be the they could be the innovator, and they could be the startup companies. So definitely it would be very wonderful to see those things, and I request you all to please visit there, interact with those startup companies, and we want you to become our messenger and take our message to the masses of this state. And I'm sure with this event and such events in the future, more and more innovators will come from Jammu and Kashmir, and it would really become the innovation hub of the country. Thank you very much. Now I'll give my colleague.
I wanted to add one more thing. As per the latest database of Ministry of Commerce, DPIT, 81,000 startups are registered, out of which 1,800 are from J&K. And as you know, startup activity, typically when one starts business, it is felt that it is easier if one comes from a business family, business background and backing. But startup ecosystem and Startup India, Stand Up India movement as a national initiative triggered by Honorable PM has completely changed the complexion. And now anyone who has an idea can dream. Why? Because the government is there with their proactive policy to provide them support at the initial stage. And that's how anyone across how far from places they can have their idea, but there is a policy in place, there are programs and schemes to support them, to provide them funding support, mentoring support, incubation support. So that is actually changing the landscape of startups, and now startup ecosystem. We are as a globally, India is rated to be number 3. So this is a huge plus point for us. Our attempt is to, because there are many states who have matured ecosystem, but we want to reach out, as shared by Vipin ji, that like for inclusivity it becomes a major focus area. How do we reach out to places where we do not have much presence? How do we really integrate them in the entire national ecosystem? So that is, for that activity, this event will be a great trigger.
Thank you. Much has already been said. I'll just add, like, see, every brain is an innovative brain, and a lot of innovative ideas come to the minds of students, even older people. Like, every time they see a problem, they see an opportunity, and they think there can be a solution. Whether that can be commercialized or not, that is a challenge for them. And if we can provide that kind of platform where they can nurture that idea, they have confidence that they can bring some product out of that, and then solve the problem, and then do some business in that. That environment should be created. And the main objective of this kind of expo, we have been doing it earlier also, and probably this is the first one in J&K. That this confidence comes in the people, in the students, in the innovators, in the entrepreneurs, and the academic setups are strong enough to support their ideas and the products, and then something tangible can be seen in the market, and some solutions can be there where some commercial aspect can also be covered. So instead of so I mean the objective of this, the format that we have planned is like to cover all the domains, like maybe the technology domain. If we say we have biotech startups, we are having clean tech startups, we are having waste management related startups. We have also tried to cover the area like where livelihood related projects are there. Some NGOs are working, or some local women entrepreneurs are there who are taking handicraft related initiatives. So some herbal products are there, then some fragrance and flowers, and how these initiatives can be made in an organized sector, and then some commercial products can be made, and some startups or some companies can be formed out of that. So these kind of objectives are there to showcase, and then the audience that we are expecting and that is already planned is like students will be there, universities will be there, policy makers will be there, government officials will be there. So everyone is required, their 100% support is required to make a ecosystem where whatever is required for that area, for that region can be done. So once they see these startups in their stalls, interact with them, students, the faculties, then certainly they can think like how it can be done and replicated by them at their centers. And if that can be done in a planned way, avalanche effect can be seen and the entire state can benefit out of that. So this is the main objective. Like we expect, like a lot of excitement will be there, and all the stakeholders will get something out of the exhibition over here. The discussions that will be there, the networking among each other, like something they will be taking with them and get benefit out of that. We have also supported 2 centers here. One is in NIT Srinagar and one is in KashmirExpo University. These are all incubation centers just to support innovative ideas and startups at the early stage. They can get an incubation there, and then once they mature, they will be getting funding support also from the department schemes. So this is the format, and we hope like all the participants, the stakeholders will get something out of it, and some tangible outputs will be there. Thank you.
Thank you.
We had talked about inclusivity. We talked about the commitment towards the last mile. That is one of the beautiful things about this particular event. And apart from that, it throws out an arena for the people to think, to throw up their ideas and then brainstorm. Also, this event will also cater to networking. People will share ideas. Innovators will share ideas as well, as was encapsulated by our dignitaries here. मुझे एक बात याद आई जो कि मैं उर्दू में कहना चाहता हूँ कि बचपन में हमारे एक टीचर थे, उन्होंने बोला था कि don't bring me problems, bring me solutions. So each one of us has a solution within us, and देर ये होती है कि उसको ओपन करने की और आगे टेबल पे रखने की. That's how I would encapsulate the whole event here. I would also like you, invite you, if you have any doubts, may please just like get up and then ask us about it with your name of the organization, your name, as well as a brief question that we can take up quickly.
How many
Organization here are asking about the numbers.
Approximately 50 startups will showcase their products, and most of the products are there either from J&K, or if some are there from outside, they are for J&K actually. Their technology can be fitted here actually.
So like we have invited a startup from KashmirExpo University, NIT Srinagar, IIM Jammu. Then NIF already is working on some innovative products here. Some handicraft products are there, around 5 mostly women-led initiatives in handicraft are there, and so these are almost 20-25 initiatives are totally dedicated for this state and from this state.
NIT has already been included.
NID is already included, and as Praveenji mentioned that 2 technology business incubators are set up by Department of Science and Technology and Jammu and Kashmir. So those students who have the good ideas can approach those TBIs and can get the support from them. The grassroots people, the people who are there in the rural areas, if they did something good, they can approach to the NF cell which is there in Kashmir University in Japura campus. So they can approach to the NF cell and they will get all supports from there. Can you imagine that number of patents? More than 50 patents are already filed in the name of innovators, common people of Jammu and Kashmir, and out of them 23 patents are granted in the name of the either the farmers or artisans or those people. Definitely every support is there, and many of the grassroots innovators are the entrepreneurs today in this state, which you will see there tomorrow.
The exhibitors are pre-decided.
Exhibitors are pre-decided because we do have limited space. But others can come and see that what mechanism is there to support the startup culture, and they can also get the support from those technology business incubators or the NAPSL.
Showcase the existing startups. Some of them have made really good success. I think there is a one startup, Kanpur flower recycling. Is there? It's coming. So how the flowers which are actually given as an offering to gods, they are wastage, and how you can make useful products out of them. And that particular startup has gone global now. He has started getting orders from France and all. So that will be, see, this is a showcase to futuristic innovators and entrepreneurs who will get inspired by the existing startup. So if they can say, if they can be, why I cannot be a good entrepreneur? So this will be sort of a inspirational to the visitors of the exhibition. So that is, so we will be actually next 5 year or 10 years down the line, there we will enhance the pipeline of innovators and startups, and the intent is first they should target the problems of, now world is a global village thanks to digitization. So and sky is the limit. That is the.
Thank you.
Thank you.